The Kentucky bourbon industry is a key part of that state's tourism economy and really state economy in general. Reporting from just earlier this year said that Kentucky bourbon hit $10.6 billion in economic impact. Now for today's Big Bite. My guest today is Hannah Lowen, the CEO of New Riff Distilling in Newport, Kentucky. Right at the top, the northernmost point of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, which is a big part of tourism in this area.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching this video. For more videos like this and to explore everything Northern Kentucky has to offer, please like and subscribe to Meet NKY's YouTube channel.
So the Beeline is Northern Kentucky's self-guided bourbon tour. It consists of 9 distilleries, 10 bourbon bars, and all have at least 100 bourbons in stock, along with bourbon-centric restaurants. The Kentucky bourbon industry is a key part of that state's tourism economy and really state economy in general. Reporting from just earlier this year said that Kentucky bourbon hit $10.6 billion in economic impact to the state. That happened as the industry is dealing with some global challenges. Kentucky distillers saw the writing on the wall, though. After a production peak that we saw in 2023 when sales were way up, the Distilled Spirits Council of the United States showed a 1% drop in year-over-year revenue growth in the year 2024. Some call that a drop. Others would say that is just things normalizing after a big boom during the pandemic. Even still, get it? Still, 2024 production was still 12% higher than 2 years before that, and more than double what it was just a decade ago. Along with sales normalizing from the pandemic and signs that younger people aren't as interested in alcohol as even millennials are, and the cost of living being up, there's also the issue of tariffs.
Even as demand for alcohol slumps in the U.S. and distillers slash production, Kentucky's bourbon industry continues to roll along. But tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump are compounding the challenges for bourbon makers, as the industry is heavily reliant on global trade. From reduced exports to rising production costs, distillers and suppliers across the state are feeling the strain.
A lot of our sales overseas have been impacted due to the tariffs that are coming. A lot of our imports are being impacted.
Melody Pruitt is Vice President of Operations at Canton Cooperage, a Kentucky-based wooden barrel supplier for some of bourbon's biggest brands.
There's a little frustration, I believe, whether you are for the Trump administration or you are against it. I think it's just being in this industry or any other industry that this may be affecting the way it's affecting this one. I think is a little bit of frustration. We see the end game, it's just it's killing us trying to get there.
Pruitt said higher import costs have forced operational cuts, including reduced staffing.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, their livelihood depends on coming to work every day, just like mine depends on coming to work every day.
Mark Irwin, the CEO of Bardstown Bourbon Company, says retaliatory trade measures have stalled his plans for product expansion outside the U.S.
If you're selling 50 to 60% of your product overseas, it's having a significant impact. We were about to receive orders when Canada shut down receiving American products.
If tariffs weren't enough, now the fallout from the Iran war has threatened to prolong the pain.
That reporting from Reuters. It was just over a year ago when the president declared Liberation Day tariffs. And last year, Kentucky whiskey exports fell 15%. That is on top of a 26% drop from the tariffs that were instituted back in 2018. Reuters says that international demand for Kentucky bourbon never really bounced back from that. Kentucky's bourbon industry supports some 24,000 jobs across the Commonwealth. The vast majority, 84% of the corn bought for bourbon production, comes from Kentucky farmers. The state hosts 125 licensed distilleries operated by 104 companies across 45 of Kentucky's 120 counties. And the planning to build continues despite those economic headwinds. Kentucky Distillers Association member distilleries are in the middle of a 10-year, $3.5 billion capital investment campaign. KDA members reported that they've invested more than $2 billion in the last 5 years and plan to invest another $1.5 billion over the next 5. Bourbon's an interesting product as well because you have to age it. So inventory available in any given year is partially decided by moves that were made years before, an echo effect, ripples in the pond. Here's the inventory of bourbon by age over time. These figures coming out of distillerytrail.com. You can see different colors there for different aged bourbons and the way everything ramps up when purchasing really started going up a few years ago. But again, we are seeing a bit of a normalization, but that doesn't change what the inventories were and the investment that was made years ago. No surprise when bourbon production picked up around 2012, inventories that had aged less than 3 years also increased. And during that time, older bourbon inventories started to decline. That's demand growing faster than production in prior years. In more recent years, inventories have increased across all ages. It is a fascinating product, a really interesting industry,